Welcome to CathyDSlaught's SRC4u Zoom call for June 20th, 2022. We're here on Cathy's website. To enter the Zoom call, which is a demonstration of the SRC4u software, enter here on the Zoom graphic. To be part of Cathy's SRC4u Daily Energy Clearing Group, the information's here. To register, click here.
Good morning. I'm going to show you where we are. First, that was so incredible with Jonathan, and we did some texting back and forth, and he said he's going to do his best, don't tie him to it, but to come back in July 14th. And as soon as we have that, what he did present us on the site to listen to again, I know there's a lot of clarification that he gave that I didn't get to write down because I was just listening, and I think it was phenomenal. Now, what I did do is I have listed all of the options in the QiGong, and I'm happy to send those out. So if you're not still quite sure, you can always scan and see which, and it's been pretty accurate for people as far as if there's a health-related stress, and you scan the options, it comes up with it. So I'll send that out as well. And I want you to see we're still running, and then I want to give you some thoughts. I'm just going to let that keep running. This is from yesterday, actually. And then I pulled up a new, because I want to have some things to think about here. And you can see we have a very high resonance today with what we're going to do. Let me see if I can put this into some sense. I had thought, I was so excited about reading the book Eat to Beat Disease, and thinking that we would really focus on nutrition. The thing is, every day when I scan us to see if we want any of these categories, we don't. And again, this is this morning's in the Eat to Beat Disease, and I am going to send you the notes, but for some reason, perhaps on an individual level, but on a group level, we're not wanting to go into any of these things at this point. Instead, we're wanting to go into meridians. And there may be some sense with this because, we're in a time where we don't know what to trust anymore. We're getting all kinds of information from all different sources. I saw something last week on the Moderna vaccine that was horrendous. And now we see the FDA has approved it for children. And you look and you say, well, where can we really get some information that we can trust? And it may be from our own Meridian system, because the Meridian system is apparently our dashboard. And it's not quite as deep as the chakra system. A lot of times we go to the chakra system and think that's where our esoteric knowledge is. It may actually be coming from the meridians. And I found a good book on Scribe that covers this. I need to put the title in here. I will before I send it out. But I learned some things that just since I've been doing these over the weekend seems to be helping people. And so it starts first before any session, and they're not, of course, talking about SRC in the book. They're talking about acupuncture, etc. But we need to clear both over and undercharged meridians and organs in each session, and we need to clear the undercharged first. So both group or individual. So let's just go ahead and do that. And then, let's see. Just 1 minute, that's not bad. We've been doing this over the weekend already. I will tell you, before I got to this part where it said to do the undercharged first, I did my overcharge, and I wanted like 13 hours, so I thought, oh boy. But anyway, then a few things just to look at, and this could be, I think this could be pretty valuable information. Let's just see where we are with meridian organ dysfunction at this moment in time, I'll settle. See, there's a little stress there. I'm just going to, at this point, just douse it in. We could look in here, though. Look at this. We want 137 superchargers. We want yes therapy. We want acupuncture. So since this dysfunction is a pretty big category, let's just see.
Do you do all those superchargers?
I won't. Maybe Kevin can show us a way to do it. I know I won't be able to do it.
No way.
And it's a pretty big challenge. Okay, not yes therapy. Let's see, acupuncture. Nope. Look at the supercharger. Nope. So let's just do the standard. All right, so this is interesting with this particular category, which is a major meridian organ dysfunction. And the interesting part is you get a message once you learn, and I can't think of a better way than with something like the SRC. Once you learn where the greatest stress is, then you can go in and see where the message is. Okay, so we're just going to take a 6-time repeat of that for a high benefit. Let's do that. And what happens, and I just jotted this down to remember to mention it, this group already knows it, is that what we're doing is we're working with our subtle bodies, which are higher frequency bodies. And when there's a disturbance there, we all understand that trickles down. So some other interesting thoughts, willingness to heal, which again, we could find that we resist our own healing because of a meridian flowing the wrong way. Now, as the group, you would think, obviously, we'd be high on that, but we could do better. It does go up to 100. And I did go ahead and put neutralize big pharma psychology. I guess we can do without that. But anyway, these are some things we don't necessarily need to do because we've got the SRC. So what you do at that point, and I experimented this weekend a little bit with this, just simply go in here and see where the stress lies. Now, our top stress was the girdle meridian, but I need to get a hold of Jonathan or Grandmaster. Maybe Kevin, you can answer this. There's not a lot of definitive information about the girdle meridian. Would that be the pancreas, stomach, or anything like that under other names? Do you happen to know?
I think it's Chiang Mai.
But what would Chiang Mai be?
It's lateral within the abdomen. It's
right.
Back and forth. It's like a circle, like a girdle. Well, like a girdle.
Yeah, I know it. I haven't found anything that helps me with the emotional impact of it yet. So if anybody finds anything, please let me know. So what I did, I went on down. Let's let this resistance clear. To the kidney meridians. And so that we can look at. And meanwhile, we'll leave this for future reference. But I want you to see we have a list of the kidney meridian stress points. And I thought I did yesterday, and I thought I left some notes on that for us. They may be in here somewhere for another meridian. Let me just see. I think it was the triple heater yesterday, but I've got these done so far. Here we are. This was our group scan yesterday for the triple heater. Some areas of stress. Faith. This, interestingly enough, this exaggerating lightness comes up for about everybody. Trauma, depression related to low thyroid, and then codes for positive, codes for mania, and over-reliance on cerebral processes. That means thinking too much. And so this is extremely subtle. It can hurt your feelings, too, when it comes up with some of this weird stuff. But let's just see. I went ahead yesterday and made a cocktail for the ones that you're going to get the notes on. And so you can go in here. And then just go ahead and break it down. Okay. Let me see, sure. So at this moment in time, as a group, this is our top stress. We want, and some of these are positive, not necessarily negative things to clear, but we want appropriate responses to 3D living and relationships. That doesn't sound so bad. But anyway, the messages we can get from what comes up in the SRC as far as stress related to these organs and meridians is pretty interesting. Let's go ahead, a little bit of a stress there. Let's see. Yeah, we'll take supercharger on that. I'll do that a little bit longer so we don't take so much time. This is an interesting one, this satisfaction. Very powerful to stop complaining. And it's interesting. I consider this probably one of the best countries to live in on the planet. And yet you hear so much complaining, which does seem to create exactly what we're complaining about on a much deeper level. And so rather than put dissatisfaction in to clear, let's just put satisfaction and see where we are. Satisfaction with every moment that life brings us. And we look at that. We could use some balancing out on that. And again, it may not be the people on this particular call, but it's the group in general, which probably is the collective in general as well. So remember the awareness of it corrects about 80% of that stress already, but let's see. Nope. All right, we'll take some acupuncture on that. Let's just do it quickly. Let's just put stress related to kidney meridian. That'll code. Get a little bit of information there. 15 minutes.
If anybody has any QiGong reference, books, materials, anything, that lesson was so good, and now I just want to learn what all the other goodies are for.
Me too, and you know, I have some books that still don't give me that kind of information, so I agree. If anybody has that for us, that would be very appreciated, as the QiGong is so powerful. Now here you go again with the kidney meridian, the insecurities. Okay, we're going to balance that one out. And then it's not a bad idea to go down to the very bottom and just make sure, in case our polarity is a little bit off, just is this a priority? Nope. But it is interesting that that's one example of kidney meridian, the flow going one way or the other, is that you do all these things without planning them out. That's a kidney meridian. And look at this. Major life accomplishments accompanied by a trail of wreckage in personal life. Wouldn't that be something if it turned out that was an energy flow problem like a meridian? Look here, self-hate. These are all things. Like I said, when you do these scans, some interesting things come up. So that's what we've got there. And then as we go on down, looks like at this moment in time, the kidney meridian, other than the girdle meridian, is appropriate. Let's just look at stress related to crown chakra. We're just going to clear overcharged meridians and organs. Let's see if we just want, even though we didn't select it, let's see if we want the aura scan in reference to that. And y'all know the idea of a little drop of frankincense on the crown chakra. Let's just put balance chakra. Yes, there. Yeah, so we'll go in there real quickly. We can do that. figure these meridians are pulling in the wisdom of the matrix. We want them to be flowing the right way, so on and so forth. Lymphatic stress, that's always significant. Let's look. Again, all subtle, very proactive. Pancreas, liver, all with messages for us. And see, here again, we got this little bit too much thinking. Stress related to resentment. Let's look at that. Not bad. Just balance that out. Stress related to the heart. Words to ponder. Never tell a lie unless it is absolutely convenient. All right. Makes sense to me. Remorseful. Facilitating radiant. Superconscious. Performing rituals. And then, okay, so again, even though in the 5 so-called pillars of health, the microbiome did not come up, you see, we do this as our factor at this moment in time, is our bowel flora. Let's just look at the stress related to that. Let's take that down. And we do have a microbiome cocktail, so let's just see if we want it. Nope. P4 is going to be doing what we need at this moment in time, but probably some changes of habits, etc. So anyway, I think this is some food for thought to look at the messages the meridians might be giving us. You can see so far, I've just based it so far on what's come up in scans. We've got kidney, the triple heater, which the group did take yesterday. And you see today that seemed to be managed. Bladder meridian. Bladder meridian is the one they say is most connected to mental illness. And so it's been quite interesting to read up on that one. And then large intestine, those are all I've gotten done so far. I'll send you those. I'm going to personally make cocktails out of them, and then you can do the find options as well to break it down, but, do what you like with your own. The large intestine. And then I think this is the last thing that I want to share today, and this is that this is where perhaps some of the stress people are having with the vaccination is occurring. We have these receptors that interpret signals so they know to kick in to work on our immune. And an aspect of the mRNA vaccine is it shuts these things down. So I found a code for it, and then recharge it. It's like I say, I'm confused for sure with all the diversity of information out there, but there is no question at all that those getting the vaccines are still getting the virus. In fact, they're actually, according to what I've read, more likely to get it. So what does that say about this right here in our immune system? So what would it hurt? Let's just, for example, let's go in here for the group. Well, it's probably quite a few of the group that had the vaccine. Let's just go in here. All right, yeah, we'll take that. There's a little stress there. pretty close on the supercharger. I think I will do that. Let's see about acupuncture. Again, right at that same line. Look at one more thing. Okay, so that's a 95, just to recharge. Let's go in here. I can't remember now the exact terminology. Pole-like receptors. $11, so let's do it. And anyway, that's just some thoughts for today. Anything to add? Any ideas?
I got a question.
Yeah.
Okay, when it comes to, I go back to the tinnitus again. The reason for that is because, one of my clients, she's been dealing with it for quite a while now. Can I use all that tinnitus on her?
I would. Yeah, the field is going to take what it wants to take. I like to load the cocktail and then go up and do the find options and then break it down a third time because I like the Tesla 369 concept.
Okay.
Because it's just like all the other information. It's not going to apply to everybody. And I think there might be a real key for us in looking at these meridians and seeing the message and doing some clearing. Again, it's subtle energy. Next time it'll be something different, but it's at the very least something to take a closer look at. We really don't know, and this tinnitus, this is something that's a real big issue for a lot of people.
This concludes the SRC4u Zoom call. Thank you for participating. We look forward to seeing you again. Till then, take care, be well. YouTube disclaimer, this is for educational and entertainment purposes only.